How Latino pop became successful in the US. Throughout the years, Latino pop made its way to the people all over the world, including the United States. Even though Latino pop has become huge in the United States, there are language and cultural barrier differences between Americans and Latinos. While Latino pop mostly has Spanish lyrics, it is able to cut across language, cultural, and aesthetic barriers. Even though most Americans aren't able to understand the lyrics, they are able to understand the feeling and the vibe of the song, which makes them want to dance or sing to the song without knowing what it's saying. As a result, it is able to bring people together through their music, create this bond with their supporters despite being from different backgrounds and cultures. Furthermore, Latino pop singers have made remixes with other singers to where Latinos and Americans are able to enjoy both. Next, much credit has been given to Despacito. The Spanish language single exploded on the international scene, introducing a new genre to Americans. The breakthrough became record became one of history's most streamed songs, spending 16 straight weeks at number 1 on the Billboard charts. It became an instant success. People all over the United States loved the song even if they didn't understand the lyrics, but the vibe that the song gave them made them enjoy it because that's what Latino pop makes you feel. However, even before Justin Bieber took on Despacito remix and sparked an uproar, Latin music consumption was already increasing from the 1999 Latino boom, which saw Ricky Martin, Shakira, and Marc Anthony, and others break into American mainstream. To Daddy Yankee's mega hit Gasolina, which solidified reggaeton's global presence, countless visionaries have shaped the Latin music industry into what it is today. Then, another factor as to why Latino pop has become a huge hit for years, well-known Latin singers re-recorded their classics in English or tweaked their songs to fit into the American mainstream. By tweaking or adding English lyrics into their songs, they make it more accessible to those who don't speak Spanish, which breaks the language barriers for the listeners. Next, the rise of Latin music has emphasized the cultural significance and importance of Latino communities in a number of countries. Latino communities all across the world have seen their culture valued, respected, and for the first time recognized as equal to any other English speaking artist. This breakthrough has resulted in a new era in which Latin music is accessible to all. Similarly, Latinos belong worldwide, not just in Latin American countries. This topic is especially eye-opening in countries like the United States, where the Latino population has faced discrimination and oppression for decades and continues to confront systematic racism. Things that were once frowned upon when you were a foreign descent, such as speaking a different language, are now celebrated and valued because of music. Diversity is increasingly being appreciated and viewed as something that benefits society rather than endangers it. This is due in part to musical contributions. Another example of discrimination and racism was back in 2016 when Donald Trump was president. He made a statement where he said Mexico, are sending people with a lot of problems and they are bringing them with us. They are bringing drugs, they are bringing criminal activity, they are rapists. He claimed during the campaign that carried Trump to the White House. He pledged to build a wall and send the undesirables back to their own country. His attacks on the Latino population were consistent, open, and nasty. In 2016, Benito Antonio Martinez Ocasio, a young Puerto Rican working in a supermarket, aspired to be a musician. 4 years later, Bad Bunny, his stage name, has become one of the most influential music performers in the world. Lastly, not only has the Latino pop influenced people with lyrics and songs, but they also influence dancing. There are many styles of Latin music that make you want to dance, such as reggaeton, bachata, salsa, etc. For every type of event, including birthdays, weddings, there is always a large dance and everyone participates. From the children to the elders. It is a method to pass down traditions that are significant to the history of that country and culture, and social dances allow the communities to gather together to celebrate and interact. Hispanic dances are about passion, experiencing the rhythm and connecting with one's partner and community. Performance comes second. Hispanic dances bring people together, including non-Hispanics. Lopez believes that Hispanic dances adapt to different cultures, particularly American music, which is affected by Hispanic music. Our music adapts to a lot of other pop culture music, Lopez said. I could see the connection between reggae and reggaeton just because they have the same kind of influences, and these kinds of dances affect the way that we move, especially the rhythm and the beat. These dances attract people to Hispanic culture, generating attention and admiration. Latin pop has become known worldwide and also becoming a huge success in the United States. Not only have people been obsessed with Latin pop music, but the entire culture itself, such as Hispanic foods, shows, music, etc. It all has to do with the success of the artists and people who brought the culture to the United States. Also, Latino artists use many platforms like X, Instagram, YouTube, and Snapchat to interact with their fans. In the US, especially the new and upcoming artists, but also the older generation, have broken the language, cultural, and aesthetic barriers because they use so many platforms to interact with their fans and showing gratitude to them because they are part of the reason they became huge successes. Even though they are not American, this demonstrates all of the barriers they are breaking in the music industry, which is why they have such a significant influence now, and they will continue to be successful if they keep up the current pace. It is because all of these reasons that Latino pop has become a huge success and part of many people's lives in the US.